Alrighty, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and here we have another prediction, and in this case, it's the NHL Playoffs Bracket Challenge. So, big disclaimer, probably going to butcher this horribly, but I'm going to give it my best go, give it my breakdown of who I think is going to move on after the first round, go to the second round, conference finals, and eventually win the Stanley Cup. So, yeah, you can do this yourself, of course. Go on NHL.com or just type in Bracket Challenge. Stanley Cup Bracket Challenge, and it'll come up. So let's start off. We'll save the Canadian division for last. I think that'd be most interesting. So we got the East Division here. We got Pittsburgh and the New York Islanders. Pittsburgh, they've been looking really good this year. Islanders, a bit shaky, but they're still in, and we still know they're a great defensive team. They did shut out the Penguins 2 years ago, or sweep them, I should say, in the 2019 playoffs. But Pittsburgh looks really good. It's hard to tell, man. It's tough. It's because like you got Crosby, Malkin, but the depth on the Islanders is really key. Their defense is really good, and it's who's going to be able to keep the puck out of the net more. And the Islanders have had problem with that. And the goaltending tandem in Pittsburgh isn't bad, but I like the Islanders' defense more. Call me crazy. I'm going to go with the 4-1 upset and take the New York Islanders in, number of games. I think it'll go 2-6 games. Yes. I think Pittsburgh's going to have to win a couple, of course. There's no way the Islanders sweep them again, excuse me. Next up, we got the Washington Capitals and Boston Bruins. Capitals have lots of great depth all around. Samsonov and the net's been good for them. Their defense has been great. Tom Wilson knows how to stir things up, obviously. We know this. Their goal scoring is fine. I mean, but Kuznetsov is kind of angry. He's not gelling with the team pretty well. Ovechkin kind of slowed down for Ovechkin standards. And while Boston is the 3 seed, they had a rough start to the season. They had a COVID. I'm pretty sure they did have a COVID shutdown. Or if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong on that one. But I really do just like Boston. I like Bergeron, Marchand, and Krejci. I'm not Bergeron, Pasternak, and Krejci. Marchand, not the biggest fan of. Oh, this is tough. It's really hard to say, I think I'm going to go with another upset in Boston. I know their goaltending's a bit shaky, but I think Boston just has the edge. I think this is going to go the limit, though, and go to 7 games. So I think we'll go, we'll do each of the first round. We'll do, each square here, and then we'll move on to the next one. So we got the Islanders and the Bruins. I like the defense, but I really think Boston can make a run if they get hot. So I think in this case, I'm going to take Boston. Gosh, I'm crazy. I don't know. What am I thinking? I can't. Once I've clicked it, I can't change it. Next up, we got Carolina and Nashville. Nashville has just been a mess this year. They barely got in. They got in because the Red Wings and the Blue Jackets were kind of abysmal. The Dallas Stars had that big COVID shutdown at the beginning of the year. It was just kind of a lost season for them. And then the Blackhawks were hot, but eventually fell off. The wheels fell off the bus. And Nashville just got right at the hot time. But with that being said, Carolina is just really, their defense is shut down. Their offense is just through the roof. Goaltending is a little shaky at times, but I think they have enough to beat the Nashville Predators for sure. So I'm going to be taking Carolina in 5. Next up, we got the Florida Panthers and the Tampa Bay Lightning. This may be one of the toughest first-round predictions to make because Florida has been a great team this year. But Tampa is the defending Cup champs. Tampa has looked a little slow, but I've seen this in previous Cup-winning teams. Ooh, it's a tough one. I really do like the Panthers, man. But I against Tampa, man, we know what Tampa can do. And I think I'm going to take Tampa in 6. Oh, man, these are nail-biting decisions, but got to go with them. And then Carolina and Tampa. I know Carolina looks great, and they were almost won the President's Trophy, but I think Tampa is looking to repeat, and I'm going to choose Tampa to go on to the conference finals. Next up here in the West Division, we have the Colorado Avalanche and the St. Louis Blues. Same thing with Nashville. St. Louis just looks really shaky this year. Tarasenko was out with that big injury. I think they've had a lot of injuries, to be honest. And Colorado has had injuries as well. Yet they're the first seed and won the President's Trophy. But I don't know if that President's Trophy curse could come back and bite them. But with that being said, Colorado's offense, Joe Sakic really got the team built up at the deadline too. Just making a couple small additions I think will help them in the long run. And it's going to help them here as I'm choosing them to beat St. Louis in, I'll say 6 games here. Going with 6. Next up, we got Vegas and Minnesota. Another tough first round matchup. Minnesota has looked better than Vegas in the season matchups. Minnesota is 5-1-3 against them in the regular season. But with that being said, Vegas has playoff experience, and it's going to be a battle. Like, Kirill Kaprizov is going to light them up, but the depth of the Vegas Golden Knights are going to make sure they're going to stay in the game. Yeah, I got to stick with Vegas, man. I got to stick with them. I'm going to say in 7, though. Minnesota is definitely going to give them a hard time without a doubt, in my opinion. So, we got Colorado and Vegas now. Just another tough choice here. I think Colorado's going to get it together here, and they're going to go on to the conference finals. Vegas, I'm sorry. But I don't know if it's that bias in me because of Cale Makar and Mikko Rantanen, 2 players I absolutely love. But, man, I think Grubauer's look great. If they can just keep that core motivated and going, I think Colorado has a good chance here. So, now on to the highly anticipated North Canadian division, whatever you want to call it. We got Toronto and Montreal. For the memes, I want to put Montreal in 4. But I do think Toronto is finally going to get out of the first round. Montreal, Jonathan Drouin took a personal leave of absence. Something may be going on. That is perfectly okay. Hope everything goes well for him. Montreal is better defense, in my opinion. The defensive core is better, but, Austin Matthews lit him up the whole year, getting 40 goals. It's so tough, but they go quiet in the playoffs, too. It's just, it's hard. It's really hard to choose here. I'm gonna go with Toronto. Gonna go with Toronto in 6 games. I think Montreal is going to give them a hard time because I think Toronto is going to slip up a bit. Next, we got Edmonton and Winnipeg. Okay, so we know about McDavid and Draisaitl, the dynamic duo. It's elite, but after that, the team just drops off everywhere. Besides Mike Smith, and I think Adam Larson, Oscar Klefbom, and Darnell Nurse are all having good years on the back end. But Connor Hellebuyck has been an MVP goalie this year. They're having issues with the goal scoring, but they have better depth. I just can't give it to McDavid because after those 2 guys, their offense is just nowhere to be found at times. So I'm going to go with Winnipeg here. I'm going to go with Winnipeg in 5, man. I think they're just going to find a way to shut down Edmonton. So now we have Toronto and Winnipeg. I don't want Toronto to go to the conference finals. I really don't. But they're just so, their firepower compared to Winnipeg is just, they're so much greater, on paper, I should say. Oh, man, it's going to be tough. Yeah, I think Winnipeg's defense just isn't enough, and while Toronto's isn't great either, it may just be enough to get by, so I'm going to have to go with Toronto here. So, we now have so we got, for a conference final, we got Colorado versus Boston and Toronto versus Tampa. This I did not know about how they were going to shuffle off the teams and such, but this is what it's looking like. I think Colorado just, is just going to go walk over Boston, no issue. I shouldn't say walk over them, but I really do like Colorado, and I think Tampa is going to be returning to the Stanley Cup final, so we got a matchup of Colorado and Tampa Bay for 2021. I think Tampa's gonna go with the repeat, man. I really they know how to, they finally got the monkey off their back. They don't have, I shouldn't say they don't have any pressure because it is the playoffs, but they know what needs to be done, and I think they want to go for that repeat to just rub it in even more after they were picked on so much in 2019. So the number of total goals scored in the Stanley Cup final, let's say it goes, I'm going to think it's going to go 6. I'm going to say, let me do the math here. So if it goes 6, 5 times 6 is 30. I'm going to say 33. It's going to be a low scoring series. So yeah, guys, that is my bracket here, so let's just accept this, you know, submit, saving the picks. Picks look great. Let's just go to dashboard real quick. So can we take a look at the full bracket here? Do I have to go to edit? I just haven't used this. So this is what it's looking like here. So, wow, this is weird. So this is what the full bracket looks like, and then can we look at, how does this work? This is so dumb. How do I not, can I just look at the whole thing? I can't look at the whole thing, really, game. I guess I can't look at the whole thing. So we would have Toronto versus Tampa, and so it just crosses here. So these are my picks, guys. I'm probably going to be very wrong. I'm probably already very wrong. People are going to look at this and think, what is this idiot doing? He has no idea what he's talking about. He's going to get all these wrong, and I probably will for that matter. So, yeah, guys, tell me, who do you think is going to be the 2021 Stanley Cup champion? Who do you think is going to make it to the conference finals? Do you think Toronto can finally get past the first round now with the adjusted schedule? And I think it's safe to say it's in their favor. Is Florida going to upset Tampa? You know, what is Minnesota going to upset Vegas? It's very tough to tell. But tell me what you guys think below in the comments down below. Hope you all have a good day. Feel free to like and subscribe. See you guys later.